attended like it is. It's good to have fans back in there like today. And obviously, we didn't play well. Purdue, give them credit there. They're a really good team, and they played well. And I told our guys in the locker room, that's bringing your best every day, and your best is required, and then being able to match up. And you got to play well, right? And we did not, and they had a lot to do with that. So give them credit, and got a lot of respect for Coach Painter and their program.
Yeah, LaVal, any one or two things you can identify that allowed Purdue to pull away there in the first half? It was pretty much even through what amounted to the first quarter.
Yeah, they made shots. Now, obviously, they've got size on the inside, and that's a heck of a matchup. Every coach that faces them is going to have to figure out how they're going to deal with that, and that creates a lot of attention. And then they made the threes. It's hard when you have both, right? You're going to probably get some baskets on the inside, but then when they're making shots, as they did too, now it separates. And then on the other end, I thought we had really good looks and they didn't fall. So then there's game pressure, different type of game pressure on those shots if we make some on the other side.
LaVal, what are some of the things that you feel like you need to do to have your team where you want it to be once the Big East starts in a couple of days, besides getting healthy?
I think just keep our mentality and not allow, making or missing shots to dictate our energy. I think that's something we, talked about. And so just continuing to press on the defensive end of the floor, right, stay with your principles and your assignments, and then not allow the other side to dictate our energy level.
Aaron, you guys have had setbacks before and bounced back. I mean, how do you rebound from a lopsided loss like this going into the Big East? Do you just flush it, or do you try to take a couple of things from this and then try to move on?
I think there's lessons in every game, whether you win or you lose. I think it's a lesson. We look at it as a loss. It's a lesson for us to come out. They're a good team. I feel like we're a good team. Sometimes good teams lose. So, then you always learn from when you play and learn from film. You just take that and move on to the next game. I don't think it's something that we can just throw away. There's some things that we can adjust, but obviously the coach will figure it out. We just got to come out next year.
Segueing from what Coach Bell said, it did look like in the first half especially, Butler missed a lot of three-point attempts and other shots that seemed like you guys would normally make.
I think we got the looks that we wanted. They just didn't fall in the first half. It's not the reason why we lost, but some of the shots that we make a lot of times, and we're going to stay confident in those shots. So I was encouraging guys to keep shooting them all night, whether they miss 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Just keep shooting those shots that we're going to live with every day of the week.
In your 5 seasons, is Purdue about as good a team as you've gone against?
Yeah, they're always tough. I remember my first year we played them twice. And beat them my junior year and this year. They're a good team as well. So every year they come to play. We come to play. They just got the edge over us tonight. So.
Bryce, what do you I guess identify one or two things that you guys need to do most? What would those be?
I think that obviously coming out with the defensive intensity. They made shots. Some of them were tough shots, some of them were open looks, so just getting there, flying to people. I'd say that was the biggest thing. And then just kind of, just slowing down on offense, figuring things out, adjusting to the game as the game comes to us. I think those are the biggest things. But, we'll take this as a lesson. We got 20 games with the same caliber coming up with the Big East schedule, so just learning from it and moving on.
How uncommon or unique is that Williams-Edey arrangement for them, and how does it impact preparation in a different way?
Yeah, I think it's extremely. It's not uncommon for Purdue, whether you go back to Haas and they've got Harms and Haas, and we faced a few of those guys. Swanigan, they've got cornered the market on the elite size in the country, and they've all developed and gotten better over time. Trevion, from when we played him 2 years ago to now, he's a much better player, and his development's been really good. And they're different. There's so much size of Edey at the basket. It's hard to keep him away from the basket. and with Williams and his passing ability, and the shooters around him. So you don't get much time. You don't get time off. Right? There's always pressure right at the rim with size like that. And so, and again, the skill around him, makes it all work together. So they're well put together.
Do one more if we have it.
Hey Bryce, when you're looking at this game, the inside game of Purdue, how do you translate that to going into the Big East with, I forget some of the size on the Big East teams, but is there any translation between Edey, Williams, and what you're going to be facing in the Big East?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously those are two talented players. There's talented bigs in the Big East, so we'll take the film, adjust, and see what works, see what didn't against size, and get ready for the season coming up. Like I said, no time to feel sorry for ourselves. We got first game of the conference schedule coming up in a week, so.
About any update at all on Chuck or Bryce or Bo Hodges with their health?
Yeah, this is obviously Chuck's deal. I haven't over the last few days, and he's resting and taking the medication and improving. So he'll be back sooner rather than later. The other two are still progressing. No real drop dead timeline. It's just a little bit better every day. Hopefully they'll get back soon.
Thanks, everybody.